Hey folks, Rob here carrying on with Onslaught Resumes. And this is going to be the Russian turn 6. So right now we got Russian reinforcements coming on. I have to make a roll. We've already got olive green entering the board, so this cannot happen again. Now I have to roll again to see which one they do get. So it's going to be a yellow die roll plus a die roll coming on board. So this plus this, 17 more yellow are going to be coming on. And we randomize which side they come on. So for Russian, they come on either the south or the east edge. Now the last one, we wanted to come in from the south, but we ended up coming on the board. So let's randomize east and south. So it's going to be at the south again. Actually, no, it's got to be on the east because they have to alternate. If you've played the scenario, we're familiar with scenario number 12. There's four reinforcement groups for the Russians, and they have to alternate which side they come in, south, east, and east, south of hex 60 here. East, south of row 60. Excuse me. Still early here in the morning. So they're going to come on from this direction. Now you can see I've got a lot of reserve airborne units still here. These green, I changed the color because I made some changes to the rules. These are plenty of reserve units, and these guys are all going on the offense. So I don't need to put guys there. I could bring in some units here to help fight with the school, but again, I do have a lot of units here. Where I really need them is up in the center or up in the north. The problem is, of course, is because I have 2 kill stacks up in the second levels, and I have more down here by the Ponyri station. The minute these guys enter the board, they're going to be exposed, or I should say activated, and then they're going to have to cross open ground with neg leaders. It's going to be very difficult for them to get into these forward positions and then forward into the contested hexes themselves. So it is going to be interesting where they come on, so I'm really not sure exactly where to send them. And then, of course, I've overexposed this one Mark IV just sitting here all lonesome. It's going to get ganked if I bring him on this way as well. At any rate, let's get 17 yellow suspects ready to place. Alright, 17, there we go. They're coming on from the east edge. Now, I do have to randomize where they come on between. I've lost access to 23 in north, so it's going to be from 24 south. They cannot come on to 27 because I temporarily own this one because my vehicle is there. So it's basically these 3 hexes and everything due south. So from 24 down to 71 would be 46. So if I use my custom die roller, make 1 die for 46 sides, let's say 45 sides, roll it once, I roll 29. So if I count 29 hexes down, that's what they would come on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 is N34. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 43. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And N53 is where the first one comes in. Now, what I've done in my rules, because again, one of the failings is with SASL is that they come in piecemeal as well. So to mitigate that, what I've done is I've written that they come in adjacent to each other in stacks of 2. So when they activate, they're going to be coming in a horde, and they'll be able to mutually support each other. So rather than be spread out over 40 or 56 spaces, 46 whatever it was, they can be nicely close together, and like I said, they'll be able to more directly impact the battle that way rather than being spread out. Right, so that's where they're going to come on. Set them up off board, and we can now do the wind change die roll, and it is a 5, another random event for them. Alright, so they get a 8, excuse me, a 62. 62. They get an artillery strike. Error is halved on a die roll greater than or equal to 4. It might even be rocket. Now they already have a 100mm out. Wait, we're doing the scenario 1. So the scenario 1 only has 2. Sorry, 120. So this one's going to be a rocket OBA. Great. So I got to put a rocket OBA down somewhere. Somewhere I got to drop a rocket OBA, and this looks so inviting. It's not going to be accurate. It's going to be halved extent of error on a die roll less than or equal to 4. So if I drop it right on this roadblock, it might not be bad. Danger close, I could probably handle that, and it historically did happen. One of the lieutenants on the Russian side did call artillery on himself. And that would help in the offensive. Alternatively, I could also weaken the cause up top here because there's a lot of massed armor here as well. So again, if I drop it on this guy, for example, I'm in trenches, he's exposed, and it would really devastate this area if it landed. If I roll a 4 or a 3, it's going to suck for me, but anything else is going to hit Germans. And it will catch them in the open. Actually, I would probably do better to hit this infantry stack here. And then only a 4 would really hurt me. A 4 and a 6. I think I'll do that. Alright, so we're going to drop that as part of the prep fire phase, so let's leave it for now, and now we can do the broke Russians. So we got leaders there. We got leaders. No, we don't. So this would be Snake Eyes. This 8 looks tempting, but he's DM'd, so I don't know if I want to waste it on a DM'd guy or not. 7's there. This 7 looks pretty good. 8 because you're in a trench, so yep, that's 1. You're charging. Another 7. That's 2. And this will be 3. And then 1 more for good measure. Let's rally this leader here. Or he doesn't come back. What about this guy? And then we can do the 8. He needs a 4. And he's back, leader creation. That's what we need in that location, a 1. Alright, so we're elite. -1, we're broken, cancel. Russian is a +2. And that's a 3, so, wait, sorry. Broken morale is a -1, +1. And a +1. So that gives us a 2, gives us an 8-0 Russian leader. Alright, so now we can roll for this guy and then the half squad. Need snake eyes. Alright, that's gone. Now we can do normal rallies. This guy will need a 4. That would be 10 down 4 would be a 6, so yeah, you're good too. Alright, that'll come off. And because I changed the upper levels, what can activate, I've done what I said I was going to do yesterday, change the activation. So I've generated a half squad with a mortar sitting off as a spotter, and I put a heavy and an LMG in the upper levels, so they're going to add some punch to that. And slow down the Germans that are coming into the open area here. Alright, so that'll be gone. Get that leader. Let's put this berserk guy up top, just because I'm going to forget that he's there. This guy would be not active yet. Alright, that's it for the Russians. Let's get some Germans on the go. You'll keep your DM to get to the safety of the building. Let's fix this heavy. That poor half squad had been sitting there most of the game. It's kind of funny. Alright, so here, this guy needs a 8. And then we need a 4. These guys would have routed out in the previous. I forgot to do that. All right, so let's pick up the broken, and then we'll fix the other broken one. All right, so you're an 7-0, which means 878. 878. And then here we need a 988. Oh, that's right, you panicked. You were unable to make it. Oh well. One day that guy will get there and rally those dudes. Alright, so that's it for the rally phase. Let's go to Russian prep. Do they get an artillery strike? Actually, no, they're already 2 in place, so that's the max they can have. So let's resolve the existing one. Now, there's nobody here, which means automatic correction. So randomize, 2 for 2. 1, 2, catches my 7-0 out in the open. And it's probably a morale trick on the 120. Alright, he's fine. And this will be flipped over to a continuation. Now we can do the 100mm, or sorry, the 200mm. Won't that be fun? Alright, accurate on a 4 or less, which it is, which means it only deviates by half. So it's going to go 2 for 2. 1, 2. Not too bad. So this is a 200mm. Now we're going to have a 0 modifier for the OVA for the tank. So that's not going to have any effect. We're looking at a 7 or less to immobilize. So 1 greater though. Yeah, I don't think that applies. I may have to look at that up. So what we're looking at here is right down here when it's versus a vehicle. None of these factors apply, or modifiers I should say. A K or 1 greater a K number creates an automatic shock or turret. Okay. So that is a turret hit. So it's going to be a possible shock. Because it's 1 greater a K number. Alright, so a possible shock, and they are fine. So no shock, but they're in the middle of a rocket FFE, which sucks. Let's shellhole KK-23. LL-23, no. And then that Haas squad, they're having a rough day. And they are probably ELR'd. What's a 10 on the 36? 2 check. 7 down 2 is a 5 up 4 is a just a break. And oh wait, that's the wrong size. That's supposed to be a double. This is what we're using. That's a little bit better. Alright, so then this tank here is possible shock as well. That is a I can never remember. Right, that's a turret. Yes, that's going to be possible shock on KK25. And they are fine as well. Shell hole in JJ24. Yes. JJ23. Oh, are we on fire? We are not. JJ23 for shell hole. No. And next ring, we're going to go with the Russian gun. KK22. No. LL22 is a possible shock. And we're not shocked because of my 9-2, thankfully. Troops in open are morale checked. And they are ELR'd. Actually, no, they're half squad. MM24. 25. Well, that tank's dead. And are we on fire? Yes. So we have a flame and we have shell hole. Alright, now we're going to start burning the place down. So LL25. No. 26. 25. Possible shock. And they're fine, and the units underneath are ELR'd. And at JJ25, troops, 4 troops in the grain, those guys are dead. That's a 6, is a 1 KIA. Top down, 1, 2, 3. You dead. And you guys are broke. JJ24, oh wait, and we got a shell hole. II23, and that's it. Alright, now we gotta do that again next turn. Wasn't that fun? Alright, so 200 millimeter is no joke. That is no joke. Alright, other shooting while we're here. So we have 8 firepower. What do we want to blast it at? So this is kind of somewhat neutralized now, that less of a threat. They're going to have to endure another attack. And if they move, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tanks, 6 tanks are affected by this OBA. 3 of which will be able to move out from it directly. This one will be able to back out of it, so not too bad. This guy is screwed. This guy is probably screwed too. What do I waste my 8 firepower shots on? Or do I just move down the trench line with a view to doing this? First of all, everything goes on the advance now, so let's do some action die rolls for that first NN26. That's a move command, so fair enough. Let's just put moves on everything. That's a fire command. But I think we're going to move as well. Now that's a fire command as well, too. 1, 2, 3, 4. That would be a +1 for the vehicle. Nope, it's a motion. +1 for the grain. -3 for the leader would be a 4 down 2 shot to here. Or I could do a 4 down 1 shot to here. Let's do a 4 down 1. 7 on the 4 is a pinning, so the 1. 4, 4, 7, and the 4, 4, 7. So you're pinned. And you're going to jump on that tank in the advance phase. And you, that's a move. You know that 237's charging. Everything else will probably shoot. Yeah, that's a move. That's a fire command. And we're going to do a 4 up 2 to here. No effect. Alright, the 8-0 is going to go rally. And the this A1 is going to fire. I think we're going to fire on this. So it's going to be a +2 on the 8. Again, no shot. We're probably going to move. You guys are going to switch to the advance, which means you're going to move 1 hex and activate. And then this 10-2 here. Now that's a fire command. 10 up 1 or a 10 up 1. This is a shot here I'm going to take. Although I do again have armor zeroed in. I'm going to take that shot actually. So let's do a 10 up 1 here. So a 7 on the 8 is a 1 check. So the A1. And the 548 is pinned, and the broken squad is CR'd, is gone now actually. Alright, and this guy is fine, you're pinned. You're prepped, and Russian sniper. And then we're going to do the gun. And it's going to fire at that Mark IV. 1, 2, 3 acquired. Will be a +2, so it's going to be an 8 or less to hit. And that is a hit rate of fire. That is not going to be enough. 45 double long is a 11 to kill. We are 4 hexes away, so we are nothing for that. And our frontal armor, I think, is 6. So I need a 5 or less to get a result. And again, that will hit. It'll be last shot. Will it hit? Yeah, it will. And that's a kill. Crew survival. We have crew survival. Alrighty, this guy here. It's going to do an 8 up 2 shot to that. 5 on the 8's a 2 check for the conscript half squad who just fail. Alright, we have an artillery piece here, but we have no target. So we're going to swing fire left, or right I should say, onto that pivot. That'll be a +3. Wall advantage will be a +5. So it's going to be a 3 or less to hit. And no shot. No rate. You have to wait till next time. Alright, you. I'm going to do a 2-up-2. And this 447 doesn't panic, and that is a move as well. Barring panic, that 248 is going to charge, and he's going to charge. I guess you're going to charge. You can't see this guy anymore. This would have been your target, but he moved. Now you can see this guy. So I think this is going to be your target, which means you're going to come here, and then you're going to charge this guy. So, you 4 flat is a 1 check, pinned. Alright, these dudes here, panic. A little bit of Yahtzee, snake eyes and panics. Here we're getting surrounded, so you need to do something. Okay, snake eyes, boxcars, and snake eyes. Let's do a 4 up, or wrong, an 8 up 1 shot there. And that's a pinning task check. And they're pinned. This guy's going to move and occupy one of the guns. Probably futile, but I should have done that last turn, actually. This guy up here, a little fire base. We're going to fire that at... I could try the vehicle, but I would be going through the FFE. I got a half squad on top of the wire. I do have a mortar I could fire at. Long range on the LMG. Or I could fire at these guys. Alternatively, I do have a fire base over here that I could help shoot too. That might be a better target. It is a 10-2. Yeah, we'll do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So squads we have. Not going to use the LMG. It's going to be on the 8 table with a +1. 8 on the 8's an NMC. 10-2. And the 467 and the crew. Break by 1. And no rate. This guy here doesn't panic, and the mortar doesn't panic either, so they can fire. I could use spotted fire, which I'm going to have to do. So, and we're going to drop a shot on this guy here. So it's going to be a +2 for spotted fire, which means I need a 5 or less to hit. And the rate drops by 1. So we're acquired once, and we're done with that. And then the 458 there. Fire at our little friend the hero in the debris. So it's going to be a 4 flat. No effect. Uh, 6 up 1. No effect. Let's do the same 8 up 1. Wow. You know, that's a fire command, but you don't really have a target except for these guys here. You're too far away for the 628, so I'm going to move the 628 and the leader. Do I move everybody? I could fire on these with a 2 down 1. Yeah, let's do that. We'll do a 2 down 1. Alright, so that's a 3 on the 2 is it? 1 check. So this guy here is gone and casualty reduced. We panic. And this guy here, it's going to be an 8 firepower attack. Options are limited. Let's fire on here, 8 up 1. 5 on the 8 at 2. So the hero is dead and the squad is... oh, I'm fanatic, so I'm pinned. Alright, and then this 628 here is probably going to move. Yep. So we have a hero with an ATR, so it's going to be a total of 3 doubled is 6 up, or 6 flat next door, and nothing there. And then we have this guy. Yeah, I just don't see it. A 1 up 1. Although I could fire group. No, it wouldn't be any point. So 1 up 1 and a 4 up 2. Alright, so that's it for the fire. Let's go to Russian move. And we'll start with this guy here. We'll come into here. These guys would actually be DM'd still because of that adjacent German unit. These guys are all going to move now, which is going to require one hell of a lot of activation die rolls, so it's going to be a while. Let's come back to that. You're going to assault move into here, try and pick up the gun. And because of that, I'll wait for my fire to a defensive fire phase before I try and shoot you. Alright, let's do some activations. We'll start with this guy here, closest guy, and move into the schoolhouse. We're going to head north. And we'll be tactical. We're going to use 2 to go into the shell hole, not that it matters. We're going to activate there as a 9. Now that's going to be a squad and probably this gray is now going to be green, so a 9 gets a squad and a support weapon. Support weapon is going to be a 11 ATR, 458 with an ATR. I'll tabulate that later. So we have a 458 with an ATR. We moved 2, so I have 2 move left. Do I want to shoot anything at that? Yeah, I think I do. I want to fire this guy, so I need a 9-1 here to be in command. And let's fire the 8 flat shot into this guy here. 8 flat. No effect. That's 1. I could fire a 2 flat. No, I'd have to fire this guy here because he's now closer. So I guess I am kind of screwed that way. Now you're going to stop anyways because when you activate, normally you stop movement. So that's that. That's fine. All right, moving down here. 1, 2, 3. This will be activation here. As a 4, let me bring that up. Fours, a squad, and a fortification. So not going to be fortified, although airborne units might have smoke capability. No, they don't. Okay, so it's going to be a 458. And again, we're going to stop there because I can't have any more move. You are going to come here for 2. That would activate there, actually. You'd be back here. Activate that next green. He comes up. And we're going to have a 9, which is a squad and support weapon. So support weapon is going to be a nothing. Again, squad. Support weapon is nothing, so we're going to have another 458. So we're going to have a lot of 458s coming. Move command for you are going to be towards school again. So let's go, you're going to come north. That'll be 2. I might want to fire those machine guns there. I could lay a fire lane here from this guy. It does have 2 machine guns. That's 12 firepower. I could lay it right along this hex grain because I do have a lot of more movement. Now, I'm not going to be able to actually hit them, but they're going to activate basically once they enter these hexes here. So maybe not a fire lane, maybe just a direct shot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the squads would be halved. Be on the 16 table right now. 16 down 2. Oh wait, I couldn't fire the one squad because we're using two weapons. Um, let's fire the medium. Alright, I need my 10-2 to be in command. He is. So we're going to fire the medium only. It's going to be a 4 down, 2 shot to here. And I've just broke it. Okay. So that's 2. 3, 4 will come into the shell hole. And then back to here. Come here for 2, 3, 4. Activate. -1 for adjacent units, so it's not going to be enough. This guy here. 1, 2, 3. 7 is nada. You. 1, 2. Three, squad leader. That's it. So the leader is going to be a 7. Down 1 will be an 8-1 and a 4-5-8. Right, so that's moving 1. Do I fire the heavy now at that? If I fire the heavy on the squad, no, I can't again. If I fire the heavy, that's going to be on the 6 +1 -1 cancel. So it would be a 6 flat shot. I could fire at the halves or the squad too. That would put it on the 6 table. Or excuse me, the 8 flat shot. Let's do that, 8 flat. 1 check. A1 is broken and the 4-5-8 is broken too. Alright, so that worked out. And that's going to be 4-2 residual. And I have rate on the heavy. So let's put this here. And we'll go to U. And 8 gets us a squad, 4-5-8. That's 1. I'm tempted to blast it with the elephant, but I think I want to zero in on the 628 in the building. We're going to come here for 3. No, we're going to wait here. We're going to advance. And why expose myself needlessly? This guy here. 6. We'll come here for 1. Activate as a 8 is a squad, so 4-5-8. Two. None. Actually, I wonder if I should make that a half squad. Yeah, we'll make that a half squad. That's fine. So you are going to be one of those. All right, this guy. Support weapon and a leader. Support weapon and a leader. That's going to be LMG and an 8-1. No, 8-0. And that's a half squad. All right, let's move all of these guys first. Activations. So, would any of these be activated? Plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So these would definitely be. These guys would when they reach here. Yeah, alright, so these two guys are going to come to here. These two guys will be here. Alright, so the top one, active and active. 1, 2, 5, and 4. Squad. And then dummy and a half squad. Alright, so you guys, 1, you come this way. For 1, that'll be 3. You come to here and you'll be activated. That would be no. And then you come up this way. You're not going to be seen for a while, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is where you'd be visible as a nothing. All right, so let's go to this guy here. We're going to come south for 2. No eyes. This will be 4. Our elephant will spot you there. 6 is a half squad. and then U 2 4. You're not going to enter that location because you're already 2, so you're going to enter this location and you'll be visible there. Doesn't matter, you're a dummy. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you got to stop here. U. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Two, 4, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 will be here. And active as a half squad. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so that's going to be long range activation. Yes. All right, so active as that. Coming in here. Wrong one. We have 2. We have a 6. Three, squad leader. So our leader is going to be a 6. Down 1 is a 5 is a 9-1. There. Active as a half squad. You're not going to go in the FFE, so I guess I didn't need to roll. Active as a 6. You are going to go, how do we go? I guess we would come south, so it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. One, 2, 3, 11 is a squad and a leader. All right, so the leader's going to be a 7, down 1's a 6, is an 8-1. All right, now where would we head? I think we would head north, so let's do that. That'll be 1. 2, 3. Let's do a 4 flat. Pitting task check. And he's fine. First fire. And we have 2 residual there. And we're going to come 1 more for 4. This guy. Gonna come down here for 1. All right, we'll start with the blacks. I'm gonna go to the greens. So this guy here. All right, a black 8 gets us a squad. Squad is going to be an 8 is a 4-4-7. And I'm already ranged in, so I may as well take that shot here. +1, -2. That's going to be a total of +3 down 2. So non-assault will make it a net 0. So it's going to be an 8 or less to hit. That's a hit, and rate of fire. So on the 12, dud round. Let's fire again. And that. Oh, I forgot the stunned effect anyways. And that was 6 residual, so nothing else is going in there. And then you are going to go 1, 2, activated from this guy. -1 is not going to be good. What's my AC again? 2? Yeah. Yeah, you'd be active there. Nope. All right, now we got some more greens to maneuver. Let's start with the guys in the trench. All right, so this is going to be a lot. Let's start with our Berserk guy, actually. So we're going to charge Ponyri Station. So this is going to be 1. Now we're going to see our new target. But before we do that, we're going to fire. So that 467 is going to fire 8, down 2. 5 on the 8's a 2 check. And this guy's gone. That was easy. Too easy. All right, so let's go with this guy here. We're going to go out of the trench for 1, 2.5, and then you'll be active. Actually, I guess you'd be active when you leave the trench, wouldn't you? Leaving a trench, does that happen like a foxhole all in one move, or is it like a shell hole, I should say? Yeah, so to exit, so you're paying the cost of the new hex. You're not paying cost of, it's only entering it that you pay that extra cost. So you're just paying 1 to get out of the trench. All right, fair enough. So that's 1.5 activation. Active as a 6. Nope. Then this guy. Okay, seriously. That was a squad and a support weapon, I believe. Yeah. And that's going to be a light mortar. Now, if I activate here, with a 6, that's only a half squad. It's about the same. It's going to fire, but I'm not going to waste my fire on a half squad, even if it is moving. Waiting for something juicy to crop up so that I could take a decent shot at it. Again, what is a 9 support weapon? That is a LMG. No, that's not too bad. I think I'm going to wait though, and maybe I can do spray fire in the advancing fire phase, or defensive fire phase. So this guy here, we're going to do 2, so you're going to come this way, probably into the trench. Activated as a 3. Squad and leader. Excuse me. Now that is interesting. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I could tag him with a 16 down 4 shots. I could spray fire with a 6 down 4 shot on both locations. This would be halved actually again. So this would be a 2 down or 2 flat, and this would be a 6 down 4. Let's do that. Alright, so that 9-2 is in command. We're going to spray fire the 2 machine guns, a 6 down 4 and a 2 flat. So a 2 on the 6 will give me 1 residual there, and then I'll be a 2 residual here, and this will be a 6 down 4, so it's going to be snake eyes. 2 on 6 is a 1K. Leader and squad. And then the squad will be casualty reduced because of the leader. All right, and no rate. So you guys are done. Except for the squaddies, they can still fire. So this guy here, you're not going to enter a, although that is only a 2, so you would enter that. You're a dummy anyways. Half squad. That would be yes because of the trench. So you're going to roll this. You're going to get a half squad. Yeah. All right, looking up at these guys here. Next up, we had you. That'll be 1 activated. We have snake eyes, support weapon, and leader. We have a light mortar. And a 4 will get us a 9-1. Same thing. We have a support weapon and a leader. 5 is a light mortar. And 3 is 9-2. I think I'm going to whack that one too. So we have a light mortar and a 10-2, 9-2. All right, we're changing that. We're going to get rid of that. We're going to give them a medium. Need more machine guns. We don't need mortars. We're going to hit that with this 8-1 here. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So these guys will be all halved. So it's going to be 4. It's going to be on the 8s table, not using the LMG. 8 down 3. 5 and 8's a 2 check. The leader is pinned and the squad is broken. We set a 2 check, so you are actually 2 half squads. You're coming this way, which means that 4 is no good. You are coming up this way. That'll be no good. Let's do the suspect first, and he is going towards the north for 1.5. That's no activation. And this guy here, we're going to assault move into I-43. Joined by this guy, who is not active. You guys looking around, wondering where everybody went to. They're supposed to do one big concerted effort. Alright, so 42 and 43. So they're both going to come here. 2, 5 and 2. So one's a dummy, one is not. Support weapon. We're going to have another medium with an airborne unit. Alright, I'll do these ones and then we'll do the reinforcements coming in from off board. So start with you. That would be new. You. Eight on the black is a squad. Squad's going to be a 447. Do I fire on that? I do have a 548 looking right down. That would be a 4 flat. Do we have a leader handy? Yes, you here are panicked. All right, 548 is panicked. So I guess that guy can go do what he wants. This would be a 2 down 1. 2 down 1 shot. 6 on the 2 is a pinning. And he's pinned. Alright, you are going this way. Yeah, this guy would strip your conceal. And that would be new. It would be yes, because this is a friendly VPO now, so that's actually activation. Alright, unless I roll that. Snake Eyes, support weapon, and Elita. A 3 is a light mortar now, and a 5 will be a 9-1. Support weapon and a leader. 11 gets us an ATR, and a 6 down to a 5 gets us a 9-1. Almost done, almost done. Come up this way, get activated as nothing. And before we do anything else, so I want to fire at this guy. This might not be a bad shot for this shot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 squads have to be on the 16 down 3. 16 down 3, assuming I don't panic. I don't. 5 on the 16 should be a 3. 3 check. 9-1. And 6, 2, 8. 4, 5, 8, excuse me. And no rate. We'll assault move into that. You are going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Start rallying the Russians. This guy's going to come here. You are going to go 1, 2, 3. And then you are charging. What are you charging? You have a couple of tanks and you have a half squad. You're not going to charge that guy, so you're going to come this way for 1.5. And then I need to roll this guy. No, I need to roll command die roll for this guy, yeah. Alright, so he panics, which means he's going to final protective fire. So this is going to be on the 2 down 1, and I pin myself. So it's going to be 6 on the 2s of pinning, so those guys are through. And then 1 residual. These guys would have taken a 1 down 1. No, I'm not going to do that. Never mind. Yeah, that didn't happen. Next up, I have to fire something else. Do I even care about a half squad? Can a pinned leader be in command? I'm blanking on that right now. Can a pinned leader be in command? Yes, yes, you can. All right, so even a pin leader could be in command, which means everybody within 2 is available to shoot. Again, the question is, do I want to fire now or do I wait? I don't want to waste machine gun firepower. I'm ranged in on the trench with the tank, which is good. Do I want to fire 8 flat into a half squad? I could fire on the 12. Flat to take out a half squad. Because these guys are going to jump on me in close combat anyways. I think I do. Let's do a 12 flat. 6 on the 12 is a 1, 2 check. Right, German sniper. We have a 6. Worth a try. 6 residual there. That goes away. This guy enters this hex. We FPF once more. And I ELR break. So now you guys can fire. This guy is actually, he's moved. So this guy here could be an 8 down, 1 shot. 5 on the 8's a 2 check. And they are fine again. And everybody here, I think we're moving down the trench line is the goal. So actually, we'll start with this guy here. We don't care about the trenches. We want to get into the houses. So the best way to do that would be 1 into this trench and then 2 up into here. You're going to final. It's going to be an 8 down 1. Okay, that's going to be a K result, K2. And broken. One, two. Let's stay here because I got to move that unit back in because he's broken now. And here in this location, let's get under the trench, and we're going to come into this one here, under the wire into the trench. And then we have our reinforcements coming on. Actually, these guys here. So this guy is going to go here for 1. All right, and a 2 gets us support weapon and a leader. Three is a yeah, I don't know. I have a Snake Eyes and I have a Boxcar as a 50 cal and HMG. which I have not yet rolled. 4. So I don't have any heavies. Well, I shouldn't say that. I got one heavy down below. But I don't have any 50 cals yet either. I wonder if I make that change as well. Problem is I've rolled a lot of 3s. I've rolled 15 3s today so far. That could have been a lot of 50 cals cropping up. So I don't think I will do that. All right, so at any rate, we are a light mortar, and a 5 will get us a 9-1. LMG. Alright, so you're going to get duplicated. Give you an LMG. Alrighty, and then lastly, excuse me, we have these dudes. Now they're all going to move 1 hex on, and then they're going to be activated. So I'm just going to do that. Then we'll go down the line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Actually, I think we'll let them come 1 hex more. And then we can activate them here. Alright, so this could generate a lot of tanks. If we roll Snake Eyes, 11 or 12 are going to have some AFV cropping up. So let's get started. For the first 2, 1, 2, we have 2 activations, 1, 2, 8, and a 3. Squad. So we have 3 squads, 1, 2, 3. 7, 9, and 3. So it's going to be a 6, 2, 8, and 2, 4, 4, 7s. And we said 8 and 3. So we have a support weapon, a leader, and a support weapon. So 2 support weapons and a leader. So this is going to be a 2 mediums and a 8-0. Now that would be a juicy target. So you guys are there. Next up, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, and 9. So it's going to be the same. We have 3 squads. 1, 2, 3. 2 support weapons and a leader. 447s all around. We have an LMG for 2. And an 8 will get us, actually no, a 9 will be a 8-0. Next up. 1, 2, yes and or no. A 3, we have squad, support weapon, and a leader. Squad, support weapon, leader. 628, 447. Uh, 5 is a medium and an 8-0. Nines have it, squad and a leader. Squad, leader. 447 and a 7-0. Four and 6. So we have squad, support weapon, leader, and a squad. Squad, support weapon, leader. 447, 458. Support weapon is an LMG. And we have a 5, gets us a 9-1. Two 10s. 4 squads. Well, we're overstacked. One, 2, 3, 4. 6 to 8. We got one of everything. All right, and then we need 2 support weapons. 1, 2. Lake mortar for 2. And because I don't like that, we're going to move one of these guys over here so we're not overstacked. And next. 1, 2. 1, 2, 8, and 9. Squad, support weapon, leader. Eight and 8. So squad, support weapon in both locations. Squad, support weapon, squad, support weapon. And an 11 is an ATR for both. Alright, so that's going to be it for the move. Let's do defensive fire. I do have my spotting round, which I want to land. This is down here. That's 100 millimeter. 120, I should say. I'm going to need some artillery up here to deal with this threat, so let's get these out of the way first. Alright, so we have 13 here. That would be 117. And another 4 here. That is 17, 17 and 14, 27, 31. Here we have 22, no, 18, 20. And 13, 33. No, 33. Quick math, 148. It is funny how these numbers stay the same for most of the game. They've been about the same number, activation and dummy. Alright, so let's do this guy first. I have to adjust. Where do I want to adjust to? I can only move 3, so this would be a good spot. Troop in the road. Or I could come up this way with a long-term view to convert to a spotting round and land on these dudes up here. But I think that's too far ahead. Let's just move down here. 1, 2, 3. Ding, 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 ding. Yeah, let's land on this guy here. I need a 1 to be accurate. We are not accurate. We can only be off 1 hex, so we land 2, which is okay. Actually, that was my pre-registered hex, so I would have been accurate on a 4. Either way, I missed. So target location for rebel purposes. No. CC for flame, 59. No. And the units in CC 61. 8 up 2 is a 10 on the 24. Is a 1 check. It's the leader. And the 248. The 237 and the 228. Troops in open. 7, that's got to be a 2 at least. 7 on the 24 is a 3 check. Nice. 3 check for the 9-1. Fuck. 248 and the 458. So both broken. Leader's fine. And this is actually an FFE C now. Alrighty, and then I have this guy here, which I'm going to convert to an FFE in place, or do I move one to here? Yes, I'm going to move it to here. Accurate. It is not, and it deviates 1 hex for 6. And convert. Alright, target hex. Is a 9. 9 of 1's a 10. On the 20, I think is an NMC. No, that's a 1 check too. Okay. One check on the 628. He's fine. And then in this hex right here, this will be up 4. So that's going to be no result. Y69 road. That's probably dead. K4. You're broken and disrupted. And then this shell hole here. Okay. That's going to be a 6 on the 20. Is a 3 check. 458. And the 458. So this guy is Elard. Oh, wait. This guy here. So, Elard and broken. And we have a second FFE coming down next turn. All right, that's my 2 artillery. Now we can do normal shooting. Alrighty, so we'll start down here once more, and we'll start with our friend here. And we're going to be on the 6th table. Sixth flat right to there. No effect. Our Brumbar is in command, and we have acquisition, so can we hit? That should be a hit. Buttoned up to for the building is a +3, brings it down to a 5. Acquired, bring it up to a 7, so that's going to be a hit. No rate, and on the 30 table, we have a 4. That should be a rubble. 2 KIA. Do we rubble the building? We don't. Do we flame the building? We do. So we have a flame in the building, and we have a 2 KIA result against these two. Alright, so that was a nice shot. Now this guy is going to do a command die roll, and we're going to fire at the dude in the building. Break the gun. Alright, because he's in command, that means the other dudes within 2 are as well. So him, and therefore him. Do I want to fire on this or this? I think this is a bigger threat now, so let's do a 12 up 3 into there. 6 on the 12 has got to be a 2. I have rate on my heavy. 2 check on the 8-0. No, the 10-2. No, that's a hero. All right, so 8 check on the 8-0. Broken. 628 is disrupt. No, you're are you large? No, you're disrupted half squad. And the hero. Hero's CR, so he's wounded. And the 248 is ELR. Wow, that's good shooting. So we only have a hero left, wounded, and I have rate. So let's fire a 6 up 3 into there. Actually, no. We're going to fire 6 flat into that 458. No effect. The elephant here is going to fire into this as well. Buttoned up +2 +5 acquired, and 2x range will bring it down to a +3. 5 or less to hit. That is a miss, no rate of fire, acquired twice. Not going to fire the troops. I don't want anybody going berserk. These guys, however, are going to. No. No, they are not. You guys already fired. Nothing I can shoot there. This guy here is going to blast those guys because I just don't want to die. +1 and -1 cancel, so it's going to be 6 or less to hit. We have a hit. No rate, and on the 16 table, we have an 8, which is a 1 check. 6 to 8 is pinned, and the broken squad is casualty reduced. All right, you fired. I had rate on the heavy. Let's do the heavy upstairs here. So that's going to be a 6 up 2. No effect. This 10-2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're going to fire the squad at a 2 flat. That's no joy. And you are going to fire 4 up 2. And then this guy here, command die roll, is going to do a 12 table up 2. 5 on the 12s at 2 at least. Fine. Sniper. German sniper's a 1. Alright, so now we have a 2 for 1. Isn't that convenient? We have in place +2, trench +2, and you are in the open. So looks like we're going to hit this guy. We have a leader, broken half squad, and a full dude. So this guy is now a half squad. Alrighty. Our friend here, it's going to be a +1 for the stun effect, 2 for the trench on the, should be at the 8 table. 7 is a 1 check. And we finally break. 7 up 3, so this is going to be ELR and broke. Alright, you. What a waste. I could have used that to hit. Mortar shot misses, and I have no rate. Wait, acquire twice. This guy's going to fire at the crew that just ran in. This guy needs a command die roll. Panic. 4, 6, 7. Panic. Oh wait, you already fired. You guys here, 447, and the 237. So you're going to be on the 6 up 2, and then the pinned 447 is going to do a 4 up 2. Again, a waste of a shot. Nothing from you. Let's go with this guy here. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. On the 8 table, up 1. And what do we break? We have a medium and a light. Now let's fire on the 12th table up to, is it paying task check? One crew, the other crew. A1 here. How many command die rolls have I rolled Snake Eyes for? This is going to be an 8 up 3. 8 up 2, excuse me. And that's nothing. Nothing from you guys. You are going to fire on this gun crew with your 8 up 1. You can still fire, so let's do that. This is going to be on the 4 table with a +1. Here we're going to fire I think I want to fire at that. Or this. This might be better, actually. Let's fire at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Not using the LMG. It's going to be on the 8 table. No, it'll be on the 12 table with a flat rate. It is an NMC. So we have a leader. Broken. 447 is fine, and the 458 is heated battle. Russian is +2. He's elite -1, so it's going to be fanatic. And then this guy's broken, so we need a task check for the 447, who is pinned. The mortar. We're going to fire HE into that trench. That should hit. We are at a -1, -2 for the armor leader, 3 for the range with the +3. So that cancels everything out. I have rate and I hit on the 12. We have an 8, which is a 1 check. So the wounded leader is heated battle. Alright, so now he's wounded, heroic, and battle hardened. Okay, this guy and the broken guy is half squad. Oops. That didn't work out. Let's try again. That's a hit last shot on the 12. We have a 4 this time. 4 on the 12 is a 3 check. So the heroic leader is -1 for being wounded already, so you're fine. You're just broken. No, you're not broken. You're just wounded. Alright, so this guy here will break, and the half squad is gone. Alright, 10-2. You are in the middle of an FFE, so let's blast this guy here. -2, -3, 2x range is -4. FFE in the trench brings it down to a -1. So 9 or less to hit. A hit, no rate, and on the 12, we have an 8-1 check. 4-4-7 is fine. That guy. That will miss. That's going to miss as well. I don't think I'm going to shoot anything else. There's just too much shit in the way. And let's go to advancing fire. Spread some flame to that lumberyard. Yep. AA-41. No. Train blaze down here. No. ECR is moderate. Moderate. So wood burns on an 8, I believe. So that would be no. Alright, advancing fire. I don't think I have too much. Everything is just too far away because it activated a little bit too early. 2 down 1. 5 on the 2 is an NMC. This guy breaks. Uh, 2 up 1. 6 on the 2 is a pinning. We have a leader. Pinned. 4-4-7 and a 4-6-7. Type C booby trap. So they only have a 12. So you guys are pinned. Tripled and halved is going to be a 2 flat. No effect. Could shoot that, but again, not going to bother. And that's it for shooting. And then we can go into road phase. Alright, Russians got to move some dudes. So, you're going to slide back into there. You guys will occupy this trench here. You have to move to... So I guess you're going to low crawl this way up to this house. Get into the trench. Actually, yeah, you would have been DM too, I think. Oh, that's right, yeah, because you were outside the trench when you got activated, so that's fine. So the medium is out. Actually, no, wait, because it's not a separate location, except for a couple of reasons. So we'll leave the medium outside the trench. That's fine. All right, so let's get out of the FFE. Come here. That'll be 1. 2, 3, 4. You'll have to low crawl this way. No, you can't. You're failure to route because you're moving closer to this guy. Yeah, you're gone. Failure to route. And you guys are going to go where? Probably here. So 2, 4. You can low crawl out of there this way. You guys are fine because you don't have to do that. You guys have to move, however. Maybe we should get out of the trench here. I'm running out of space to hide my guys. This guy is going to come here. That's 2.5 squad equivalents. You're going to have to suck it up, Buttercup. You guys are going to be here. That is 2 leaders. No, I can't move adjacent, so I'm going to have to go upstairs. You would be low crawling away. Yeah, I'm going to have to go upstairs. Can I go upstairs into a rubbled floor? Is the stairwell gone? I think the stairwell is gone, isn't it? No, I guess it's still there. All right, so I am crawling upstairs. Except for Mizir Hero with his ATR. Yep, that's what I have to do. All right, so now the Germans for their part. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a half squad, so I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's fine. You can stay there because you're not open ground. You'll have to move because you're within normal range. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One, two, three, four, five. I'm engaged in close CC yet. I don't think I can withdraw. I gotta wait till the close combat phase and withdraw, I think. How does that work again? In melee, okay, so I can still route out before melee occurs. So this will be 1.5. That'll be 3.5. So this will not occur. Come back to here. You are going to have to wait it out because you can't come this way. I'd have to run through this and that would make me hit again, so I'm not going to do that. For those same reasons, you're going to get hit. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we do the Russian advance. All right, so Patsy here. Fail. No. Yeah, fail. So you're not advancing into close combat there. You are going to come up this way. You're going to come this way. Actually, we'll switch that. You're going to stay here. The mortar will go into the trench. Makes sense. And then, what else can we move? You. All right, split up. You'll come this way. You guys are going to come that way. You'll join him. This will be that way. I'm going to combine these guys now because I'm going to forget later on, so get rid of that. That'll happen in the next rally phase. Everybody here is going to start moving. Get into the shell hole. Can I add more to this combat? I could add a wounded hero. That would give me 1-to-1, and the German would have to be 1-to-2. Alright, so that's going to be it, and then we can go close combat. Let's start here. So as we said, 1-to-1 -1 for the Russian. Excuse me, that would be a 7. Down 1 would be an 8 or less. So it's casualty reduction on the German. And then the German needs a 4, a 7 to kill. So the Russian's dead. And I think that's it. That is it for the Russian turn 6. Alright, so as we said, Russian turn 6 is now over. Next up will be turn 7. And we'll get more German reinforcements. That'll be the last batch. Let's see what we have left. RGA and RGB. So we could have a bunch of Panzer IIIs, or we could have actually these are the Mark IIIs. These are, I think, more Mark IVs. And those are 3s too. Yeah, 3 Ls and Ns, I think it is. So yeah, one of these, either we get sappers or we get a rifle company. So lots of infantry, or do we get more tanks? So I don't know. I think I prefer this one here, but I'm going to roll for randomly, so we'll see what we get. But I think that's enough for now anyway. So another 2.5-hour video, and let's just do the Russian turn. And that was primarily because all the reinforcements that had to come on board. So again, hopefully you guys are enjoying this. This is going to be part 11, and we got halfway through the game. So we'll see you guys next video. Bye-bye.